Hey guys, I'm going to do a Golf Clash video here. I'm going to be doing golden shot for this one. I really think that you guys are really up against it. I have no real approach for this hole. This is probably the hardest par 3 I've ever played on this game. I think it's like the hole from hell. So first, let's talk about the wind. You see up there in the corner, it says 5 to 8 miles per hour, and basically shows that it can go any direction. Prize chests are similar to, very similar to before. I don't think anything's different here, not that I notice. So you see you have the chance for some epics, chance for some berserkers, and the tour is tour 11 chests, so some pretty good prizes in here. And with me not having a lot of my epics unlocked yet, especially on like Apocalypse and Spitfire, it's a really nice opportunity, so I'm definitely going to go for it. Try to get lucky here and get one of those to unlock would be really nice. Plus I'm going to kind of just show you guys as a guide. Probably should just stay away from this because I really don't have a good guide for helping you guys how to do this. So you see the wood here. There's no ball guide. I'd really suggest that you kind of stay away from the wood altogether. I don't think there's any way you're going to be able to do this shot very consistently. You're going to have to try to bounce it off the face, and it's just going to turn into a mess. So your primary club here is going to be the iron, and you're going to want to go to the right of the bunker or bounce it straight over. It's probably going to depend more on the wind. And you see here the accuracy at 66. It's probably right around 1.67 yards per ring, give or take, at max club. So that's only at max club. So chances are you might not be right at max club, but it also is a little downhill, so it might actually even out if it's not quite at max club. So right about 1.7 could be, a pretty good estimation for when you're playing the rings. So let's go ahead and let's look at some wins here. See if I can't get something here. Now, right short of this bunker seems to not be too bad. So I'm going to try to use this as my guide with some top spin, see if I can't get this thing to hop up on there. At 5.5, it's about 3 rings. So just move it down that face ever so slightly. And you're seeing that's kind of going right on line. It's just all about how much face you hit. Here's a cobalt chest, and let's see if I can't. With only 4, I doubt I unlocked the club, but I could really use a club unlock. Firefly, there's some good cards. As soon as my Firefly reaches Tour 7, man, I'll be unstoppable. Alright, let's see if I can't just buy 5 shots for you guys. 6 shots, whatever, just so we can get some rhythm for this video and show you guys that probably your best approach on this one is just going to be to stay clear of this altogether. That's pretty much what I'm trying to demonstrate here for you guys, is that you just shouldn't even mess with this one. You see, the more that you land here, the more that it kind of projects. You can see that kind of projecting more into the face every inch that you change that sucker. So this whole shot, so I'm going to go about 3 rings here. I'm going to curl it just a touch. There's my perfect. See if I can't get something. Not terrible. Not terrible. Stay. Stop! Come on! And this is, you know, just kind of what you're up against here. There's really no approach to say, oh, well, if I just take off a little bit. It's not about just taking off a little bit there. It's about the way that you hit the first bounce is so hot, so important. The second bounce is so important. Everything needs to be aligned just perfect. Because you see, just look how much this is displacing just in that little zone. So actually trying to get where you need it. And again, it's all a guess for me as to how much, you know, spin and all that. It's just total guess. And you see I'm going to go about 3 rings here again. Perfect ball. Doesn't even matter. Probably still not pulling the shot off. So this is just a death trap here. And then look how much of a back, like as soon as you come in a little hot, it just runs right off the back, shoots right off the back. And I'm telling you, if you pull off just the tiniest bit and try to short play it just a tiny bit, you might not even make it up to the green. So that's one of the reasons that this sucker is just the worst. So again, let's see. I'm going to try to do it right around here. Might use just a touch of curl, since you can see I'm kind of projected a little bit at the right of the hole. So I'm going to go 3.5 rings, give or take. A little bit of curl. Great ball. That's probably going to be the death of me on this one. Looks like I might have had the speed, but that also could just be a trap telling me that just because I might have been a little bit more left doesn't mean that the shot was going to be perfect. Just because I was a little bit more left. And this is just kind of showing you that probably shouldn't mess with this hole too much. Doing about 3 rings here. And I'm really trying to hit it into this face. This is going to be one of the hardest wins for me. It's going to be almost a 5-ring adjustment. You see me rotate it this way. And then pull it straight down at 8 miles per hour. Five rings. I'm going to do it with some curl again. Still out to the right, long, all wrong, all stuff that is just showing you that this hole is just a beast. You should probably not even bother with even playing this thing. Getting everything to align the way that it needs to be is just way too particular on this hole. So we're going to try more of a bump shot here. I'm going to go about 2 1/4, 2 1/2, somewhere in there. This should be one of my easier wins, so I'm hoping to kind of use that to my advantage. But again, it's almost a 5-ring adjustment with an 8 wind. Oh, Jesus. You can't even hit your perfect balls. Forget about it on this hole. Just shows you, do not attempt this golden shot. It's just not worth it. I mean, I cannot believe that they would even set this hole up for a golden shot. It is the worst. It is the worst par 3 I've ever played. So I'm going to try to use this as my landing zone, and I'm going to do it with some curl again. Right around 4.5 rings. Going to try to curl it. Hit the hit. Oh man. I mean, you just cannot. The more topspin you take off and try to land it on that hole, the more that you risk just hitting that face and not even reaching the green. So you have to be very cautious when you're using the aim that I am, especially into the wind, because you got to think when you're straight into the wind, it's taking off about a bar of topspin just from that alone, being into the wind. So as you're seeing, you know, I got it to the last ring, and that's it. I had a couple that almost got to the red ring. Your best bet here is to hit the hole. If you hit the hole, then yeah, the pin will stop it. But that's about your best bet, because you see there's like a false back as soon as it gets to that bullseye. You saw how slow that one that I almost stopped it was, and it just kept rolling. It rolled right through it. It's crazy. This hole is just nuts. I mean, the best approach is to hit the pin and just have it go in. Use the pin as your ball stop on this one. So if you decide to attempt this one, good luck. You can try to make slight corrections on what I'm doing. I do recommend trying to hit it more towards, like, I'm trying to pick a spot that's somewhat flat, but you see how critical perfect ball is. I mean, I put it in the bunker on that one that was about 1.75 yards to the right of my aim was enough to project it into the bunker. So good luck with trying to figure out an approach here. You can try to use this video as a guide and just, you know, make minor tweaks. You can try playing around with a little bit less topspin, but I don't know. I'd be very worrisome of it, especially into the wind. I mean, there's only so much topspin you can take off. And that's the thing. It might come down to basically, you know, half a ring or like half a bar of topspin. Like inside that half a ring tolerance is like the difference between basically it being a bullseye and 7 yards long. So good luck with that one. But hopefully this guide is a perfect guide for you guys to just see that you should just stay away from this one altogether. Just not worth it. Save your coins, save your money.